What's up, everybody? Gotta get some profile action. Welcome in to the Twin Wrestle Pod. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Alright. Now, let's review AEW Dynamite, which all I'm gonna say about this show is what the fuck are we doing? Okay? And this is for the Dynamite episode on, let's pull up this date, on October 23rd, as you can see here, 2024. I'm going to get the positives out the way quickly, okay? Positive. Hangman and Jay White open this segment to open the show. Okay? Hangman referenced everything he did to the Bullet Club Road in previous weeks. How he beat up Austin Dunn and how he might not be able to remember his brother Colton Dunn's name. And then cue the attack here from Colton Dunn. And that brought out Jay White, telling Hangman that he should go rest his knee up because they will see each other very soon. So possibly a match at Full Gear, which if that's the case, Hangman should win that match because Wrestle Dream, Jay White won the previous match. So, another positive. Shelton Benjamin has been continued to be booked like he should be in this Hurt Syndicate. Let's turn this camera, okay? In this Hurt Syndicate. He had a match against Sammy Guevara this week. Fabulous match between both guys. Sammy Guevara did some high-flying moves, but Shelton showcased his power ability against Sammy Guevara like he did against Leo Rush last week. And they paid homage to the super kick that Shawn Michaels gave Shelton Benjamin almost 20 years ago on Monday Night Raw. You know it. At this point, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you shouldn't be watching wrestling. They paid homage to that, but Shelton picked up the win and beat Sammy Guevara. Another positive, a positive segment, I would say. Kyle Fletcher. It was okay. One line I had a problem with is he said people have coined him since coming into AEW the Nets Bit thing. I don't know where he got that from because he ain't the Nets Bit thing. He's a great piece to have in the machine of AEW, but I don't think nobody would classify him as the Nets Bit thing. He ain't nowhere near sniffing the Nets Bit thing in AEW. Alright. More of the Don Callis family, Lance Archer and Brian Cage, defeated some jobbers in like 3 minutes. Who cares? We're gonna get to this dumbass. We're gonna get to that. Didn't really care for Adam Cole Undisputed Kingdom segment. More of the same with this time. I guess the Undisputed Kingdom turning babyface and going out the heel MJF. MJF came on the Tron, said the same thing that you would previously, that he always says when it comes to MJF matches. If anybody want to get a shot at him, they have to go through a circuit of matches in order to face him. And he said he will not appear on TV until Full Gear. So Full Gear is next month, and we won't see him until then. Didn't really care for that segment. House of Black, same thing. I love the House of Black, but didn't really care for this match. They fought 3 jobbers. For what sake, I don't know, just to get them on TV, and then for Buddy Matthews to come out there and challenge Adam Cole to a match next week for the Fright Night edition of Dynamite. Didn't really care for that. Camille took on Queen Amanada. Decent match. Crazy thing is, Camille is all of a sudden 4-0. I haven't seen none of her matches on Dynamite. I didn't know she had any matches on Dynamite. Maybe she had them on Collision or Rampage, but she's 4-0 all of a sudden. Chris Statlander came out there, and I'm working on my Chris Statlander video as we speak. I have a lot to say about this Chris Statlander situation. I am not particularly happy with the direction they decided to go with her. I think it was a bit premature, but Chris Statlander came out there showing some syndromes of, showing the characteristics of a dumb babyface syndrome, coming out there in a 2-on-1 scenario and then getting dropped, as you see in this photo here, with both Camille and Mercedes Moné standing over top of her. I guess it was just to build their upcoming match for the Friday Night edition of Dynamite, but this did nothing to help her case. But I assume Kris Statlander will win that match, and then she'll get her title shot against Mercedes Moné probably at Full Gear or something, where she'll lose anyway, so it don't even matter. Apparently, Christian was the guy to attack Taz. I don't know why Christian would need to attack Taz if he's the future #1 contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. What the fuck do he need to go after Taz for? Taz is on commentary. I think this program is beneath Christian at this point. But I guess they have to fill some time up until Jon Moxley loses to Darby Allin, wherever that will be. So I assume at Full Gear we're going to get Hook and Christian Cage as well. Trios matchup. Private Party, Daniel Garcia taking on the Young Bucks and Jack Perry. Didn't really give a shit about this matchup. The biggest thing to come out this match was if, since Private Party pinned the Young Bucks, they proposed another rematch for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and they proposed an idea if they were to lose, they will break up and be singles forever. There will be no more reunion for the Private Party, which neither one of them guys are singles competitors or showing the characteristics to be a singles competitor. So I think we can see where this is heading. Full Gear will be, I think that, matter of fact, I think they did the match. It's supposed to be scheduled for next week, I believe. I would be surprised if Private Party lose that match. But they might lose it via DQ, then you get this match at Full Gear. So we'll see. And this Orange Cassidy shot is the parting shot to end Dynamite, where Chucky T, formerly of the Best Friends, came out there, was dragged out there by the Blackpool Combat Club, and they penalized him. Put the chair on his neck, stomped the chair, and possibly broke his neck. The same thing they did to Daniel Bryan at Wrestle Dream. And it looks like we're going to get Moxley taking on Orange Cassidy. They've been building the story up slowly, with Orange Cassidy saying that every time he's faced the Blackpool Combat Club, he has been changed. Like his characteristics, mannerisms have changed each time he fought them. But he is the only guy to have a victory over each member of the Blackpool Combat Club. So this is a decent story, but me personally, I'm getting tired of seeing Orange Cassidy. I'm getting tired of seeing a lot of these guys. And I normally give grace when I talk about AEW, but the shit that they pulled this past Wednesday is getting me to a tipping point, man. So let's get into the negatives, right? The huge negative. This guy right here, fucking Chris Jericho of the Learning Tree. How many times have you seen me come on this very show, on this very channel, on these very videos about AEW, and state my claim, state that I do not watch none of this Learning Tree bullshit. None of it. And yet, we go into this matchup where he faces Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor Championship. I don't care if it's no DQ. I don't care if it's a ladder match. I don't care if it's a street fight. I don't care if it's a steel cage match, Hell in a Cell, whatever you want to make it. Backstage brawl, they fight in the parking lot, they fight on fucking whatever. I don't give a shit. We just had this match at Wrestle Dream. Mark Briscoe beat him at Wrestle Dream. So what would he get another rematch for? For the same exact championship we just had this match fucking at Wrestle Dream. Why do we need to have this match yet again? And for them to come out there and have him win the Ring of Honor World Championship is beyond me. And I had a friend that I was talking to as I was watching this show on Dynamite, as I was watching this result of Chris Jericho winning and pinning Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor Championship. And he told me Jericho brings in ratings. But as I've checked, let's lift this shit up right now, right? Shall we? Because this shit annoys the fuck out of me. I'm just going to Google. AEW Dynamite ratings this week. Let's see. Let me slide this over and move me the fuck out the way. Okay, what's the big headline you read from Cage.Seats? Chris Jericho wins Ring of Honor World Championship. AEW Dynamite ratings decrease. Let's check out Wrestling. Who has the actual fucking number? Okay? Let's see. Okay, let's read this. WrestleNomics has the Wednesday's viewership numbers from last night's edition of AEW Dynamite. Dynamite was live last night at the Marriott Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. AEW Dynamite averaged 637,000 viewers this week. Viewership was up only slightly by 1% from last week's shows, who averaged 633,000 viewers. Okay, so it was up 1 fucking percent. So, since Chris Jericho bringing in so many fucking ratings, how come they still at the 630,000 threshold when it comes to viewership? I've told you guys many a times, I don't watch none of this learning tree bullshit, right? With Big Bill, Brian Keefe, I don't watch none of that shit. Each time we see them on a pay-per-view, I do not watch it. And what compelled Tony Khan to put the Ring of Honor Championship on Chris Jericho? What did he see in his previous iteration as the FTW champion? What did he see? I can name one match he had that was great against Hook, and that was at Dynasty. That was actually their best match they had out of all 4 or 5 matches they had for that very FTW championship, which was a championship that didn't mean shit in the first place. So what compelled him to put the championship back on Chris Jericho? That we're just going to see him more and more on AEW Dynamite television all the time. He's not going to be on Ring of Honor television. Barely. He'll probably lose it at the next pay-per-view. What's this going to get eyes on Ring of Honor? No. At this point, no one gives a fuck about Ring of Honor. Why do we constantly have to see Chris Jericho on our TV screens every Wednesday night on Dynamite? AEW has one of the most stacked rosters in wrestling, and yet they keep putting him and fucking Jeff Jarrett on TV. For fucking what? You can't say Chris Jericho is helping the young wrestlers. You can't say that. What the fuck did he do for Hook? Nothing. Hook is still in the same position that he's been in for the past 2 years. He's done nothing for Hook. What did he do for the members of the Inner Circle? Santana is gone. He did nothing for Santana or Ortiz. Jack Swagger is gone. Did nothing for Jack Swagger. Jake Hager, excuse me. Did nothing for him. Sammy Guevara has been Lord and Lord and Lord. The most things Sammy Guevara has done, he ain't done nothing credible since Cody Rhodes left. And Cody Rhodes been gone for almost 2 years, bro. What the fuck has Chris Jericho done, bro? Outside of his first year in Dynamite where he won a world championship, which was the right move. But ever since then, he's done nothing to help nobody else. He's just on TV, bro. Can we stop putting Jericho on TV and fucking bolster some of the younger talent you have or some of the other talent you have? And yeah, we know that this guy, I'm going to propose a guy. How about Ricky fucking Starks? And yeah, we know he's going to leave once his contract up, but don't fucking use this guy. We in October, bro. He ain't been on TV since March, bro. It's 7 months. All I can say when watching Dynamite is like, man, I miss fucking Ricky Starks. He's one of my favorite wrestlers last year in the summertime on Collision. And what the fuck has happened to Collision since CM Punk has left? It's been fucking terrible. It don't have the same type of feel or nothing. I'm not even gonna get started on fucking Rampage, bro. I normally have grace when talking about Dynamite, man. But this Jericho shit has to fucking stop. Seriously, bro. I'm getting sick of seeing Jericho on my TV, bro. I'm getting sick of seeing him, bro. I don't even watch none of the segments he's included in, bro. It's this bad, bro. Shit's fucking pitiful, bro. You look at this fucking roster. They're stacked to the brim when it comes to roster, bro. And yet they keep showing fucking Chris Jericho. I'd rather see fucking Big Bill on TV than Chris Jericho, bro. You put the fucking House of Black in a squash match. Malachi Black, I haven't seen him in he hasn't won not one single championship there. And let's get on the motherfuckers who were to supposedly stop the Blackpool Combat Club at the beginning of the show. You had the conglomeration: Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Orange Cassidy, right out there. Rocky Romero. At the beginning of the show, you have Jeff Jarrett and his brigade. Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh. All of a sudden, I don't even know where the fuck he came from. Top Flight and the fucking Dark Order. Are you seriously telling me these guys are going to stop the Blackpool Combat Club? These guys we haven't seen on AEW TV in I don't know how long. Are we supposed to take them fucking serious on stopping the BCC, bro? Like, come on, AEW. What are we doing here, bro? You can't. We know we can't use Ospreay. He's occupied with Kyle Fletcher. But yet you don't want to put a guy like fucking Ricky Starks in this scenario to where he can come out as an ultimate babyface. It's beyond me. Ricky Starks is so fucking talented, yet they do not even bother using the guy. It can be a battle royal. We don't even want to put him on TV. We using fucking Top Flight, the conglomeration, and fucking Jeff Jarrett's brigade in the fucking Dark Order. Dark Order ain't been relevant since fucking they did the shit with Hangman when Hangman was beefing with the Young Bucks. That's the last time they've been relevant. And how long behind the usual it's been? AEW is so fucking frustrating, man. So goddamn frustrating. It pisses me off. You know what, man? That's all I'm gonna say. I can go more and more about this fucking show. We have the Fright Night edition of Dynamite next week. We have Swerve taking on Shelton Benjamin, Camille taking on Chris Statlander. Let's click on and see the proposed matches so far. The Young Bucks taking on Private Party for the Tag Team Championships. Adam Cole taking on Buddy Matthews. Looks like they stacking this show up, but whatever, man. We don't just get to Full Gear and see what happens. Maybe we get the debut of Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin wins and keeps his undefeated streak. I like that story. Chris Statlander versus Camille. I don't really care for it. Chris Statlander should win, and then you get the match with Mercedes at Full Gear. Butts versus Private Party. If Private Party don't win, only way I see them losing is by DQ, and then you get the rematch at Full Gear. Adam Cole should beat Buddy Matthews in his first match back in a year and a half. But man, that's gonna do it for this fucking edition of Dynamite. Please stop showing Chris Jericho, man. He's hurting your product at this point. Showcase other talent. And stop showcasing him. I'm out, man.